Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to Wise Trade University. I'm your host, Teresa Garrett, and I'm here with Derek Siek. We're going over a special training today for you, CommandTRADE for the Forex market. Welcome, Derek.
How are you, Teresa?
I'm good. How are you?
Excellent.
I'm excited about this.
Yeah, let's jump right into the software.
All right.
We got a very limited period of time. We got a lot to talk about, so we're going to jump right on in, and we're pretty much going to do a real high-level overview of CTFX with more training sessions to follow. So again, we're going to pretty much touch on every single button at a real high level, and then later on we'll come back and we'll hammer down and fine-tune some of the finer points, so to speak. So
sure.
Let's go right into the software here. Here she is, CommandTRADE FX. We're going to start off in the top right-hand corner of your screen where you'll see the euro dollar, British pound dollar, dollar yen pairs, okay?
Right.
These are the major currency pairs. You know, these tend to be the most liquid pairs out there. So what we're going to do is we're going to put them right there, top right-hand corner of your screen. So you know what? At a quick glance, you can see exactly what's going on out there in the currency markets.
All right.
Makes sense?
Sure.
Good deal. Let's go just a little bit to the north of that where you're going to see realized P&L. Realized P&L, obviously being realized profits and or losses. So these are chips that we've taken off the table, so to speak. Okay. These are trades that CommandTRADE has cashed in. It's managed the trades from both entry to exit, so you're now out of those trades. Again, chips we've taken off the table. Directly to the left of that, unrealized P&L. Okay, so these are trades that are still in play, chips that are still on the table. You're going to notice that the unrealized P&L is going to update in real time, provided that the markets are open.
Okay.
Okay. Below that unrealized P&L, you're going to see the newspaper or that Global Tech Streaming News application. Clicking on that icon will launch the Global Tech Streaming News application. At the very first time you click on it, you're going to be delivered general market news. All right? You can go in there, you can customize it so that you know what, you're getting the news you want when you need it. So it's going to deliver that real-time financial news to you. Again, general market news at first, and then you can actually go in, do some customization so that you're getting the news you want as soon as it hits the presses.
Okay. Okay.
Keep following me around over here. I'm going to go right over here to the symbol row. Okay, the symbol row. Now, you know, this is going to be very familiar for a lot of people.
Sure.
You know, this is where you click on it, you put in the ticker symbol you want to look at, and then what happens? You're going to get a series of red lights and green lights. Let me go ahead and show that to you. I'm going to move down here towards the bottom, and let's say, for example, I don't want to look at the dollar Canadian. I want to look at, say, for example, I don't know, let's go down. I'm going to scroll down the list here, and let's look at the Euro Swiss. You'll notice that when I click on that, what happens? The software starts pulling that data, throwing it through the algorithm, generating the red lights and green lights.
Okay.
Real cool thing about this symbol row is that it offers more customization. Now, the one thing that I want to remind you is that anytime you want to customize something in the software, you're always going to do so by right-clicking your mouse. So on this symbol row, I'll right-click right up here, and what you'll see is that, hey, I can show the bid-ask and I can show the pip tenths.
Okay.
All right? So if I want to see that symbol and what it's currently bidding and asking at, you'll have those selected, meaning a check mark will be there. If you want to get rid of it, just customize with that right click. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of the bid ask right now. And there you go. Now I'm just simply seeing the symbol. So a little bit of customization there for you. And there you go, the symbol row. We'll go over that just one more time, make sure everyone's on the same page. If you want to change a symbol, what do? You click on it, scroll down, select the symbol that you want, and then boom, the red lights and green lights will come pouring in.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Certainly does.
Good deal. From there, you know, I've selected a currency pair, and then a series of red lights and green lights come back. Let's go ahead and look at really what's behind the red lights and green lights, which of course is going to be the chart, the Global Tech algorithmic chart. All right, we're going to see a green line, we're going to see a red line. Of course, the green line representing demand, the red line representing supply. Now, you may need to do some adjustments there on your computer at home to make sure that you know what, you're getting the chart where you want it and the size that you want it. Again, anytime you want to do any customization, you do so by right-clicking inside and say, for example, I'm going to set default location, meaning, you know what, next time I look at the chart, it's going to pop up in that exact same shape, that exact same size, exactly where I had left it off there.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure. Good
deal. So again, the Global Tech chart, you guys are very familiar with this. Green line representing demand, red line representing supply. Now, traditionally, the way it used to be is that you had to be by your computer watching these these lines intersect, taking action based on those movements. But now, of course, we already know CommandTRADE and CommandTRADE FX is going to automate this process entirely for you. So, you know, I guess I got a little ahead of myself, so let's take a step back for just 1 minute, and let's all make sure that we're working with a good, solid definition as to what exactly is CommandTRADE FX. Let's get that definition out there. We're talking about a fully automated server-based trading platform for the currency markets. Now, chances are you understand what the fully automated portion means. That, hey, that means I don't have to click the button myself.
Right.
It's going to fire trades for me. But the server-based is what takes it really to the next level. This means that, you know what, I can attach a strategy, turn off my computer, and walk away. My computer does not have to be turned on. It's the CommandTRADE FX servers that are watching our currency pairs, watching our strategies, and seamlessly moving us into and out of the market. All right?
Okay.
So back to the charts here. Again, previously, you know what? You had to be by your computer. You saw the lines intersect. You started making trades yourself. Now that we're in an automated avenue, attach a strategy to a currency pair, turn that strategy on. Guess what? Turn off your computer, walk away. The software's seamlessly moving you into and out of the market. You come home, you turn on your computer, and you say, hey, how did we do today?
You say, how did my trading partner do for me today?
Absolutely, absolutely. Went off on a bit of a tangent there. Let's get back into our charts. You know, the thing is that you at home are probably used to a 20 interval view, meaning that you look at 20 months of historic data. This is going to be your typical chart at home.
Okay.
All right. You'll notice CommandTRADE FX offers you additional customization. We can actually go out 50 months. So we're looking at 50 months of historic data. Again, that right-click functionality, right-click inside the chart, go to your intervals, and then go to a 50 interval view.
Wow.
We're now looking at 50 months of historic data here on the euro-dollar pair.
That's awesome.
You'll also notice towards the bottom, I'm just going to expand this out just a little bit. Right over here, a lot of data here for you. We're talking about open, high, low, close associated with that period in time. So if we're looking at a long-term trend, we're going to be looking at open, high, low, close for the month. If we're looking at the intermediate trend, open, high, low, close for the week, the day, so on and so forth.
Right.
All right. So there's your charts. Another real cool thing we got to talk about, this area right over here, a streaming data field, okay? A lot of traders, you know what? They might not like looking at the same things. So what we've done is, again, we've given you the ability to customize this complete area based on really whatever your trading needs are. Remember, anytime you want to customize, you do so by right-clicking. You'll notice that a right click here brought up the streaming data pop-up. And then from here, I simply drag and drop the data points that I like. Okay? So it's that drag and drop functionality. Maybe, say, for example, you really like to focus in on simple moving averages. So let me show you. We'll take the 5-day SMA. We'll drag it and drop it, replacing a previous field. And then we simply exit. And now that 5-day SMA appears in your streaming data area. So again, a lot of right-click functionality, a lot of ability to customize the software so that you're getting the information you want when you want it.
Okay.
So that's the charts for you, okay? A couple other things. You got a couple little drop-downs here. If I'm done looking at the long term, well, I'll hit the little drop-down, go to the mid-term, hit the drop-down, go to the short-term. If I'm done looking at the euro-dollar, I'll hit this drop-down right over here. And let's say, for example, we want to look at the dollar-yen pair. You'll see it's loading the data. Again, be patient. We're pulling 50 months of historic data. And then what will happen? Our green lines and red lines will populate.
Awesome.
Again, completely customizable. Right-click inside the chart, or you know what, right-click in the streaming data field so that you're getting the information you want. If you've over-customized and you've done a heck of a lot of crazy stuff there, and you're like, hey, I like it the way it was shipped to me, just reset it back to the defaults, and it will go back to the defaults area there.
Just that simple.
So there we go. That's the chart functionality. I'm going to go ahead and close out of the charts, and let's keep moving on. Follow my mouse. We're going to go to the lower left-hand corner of the screen here to the sort function. Kind of like the name would imply here, you know, the sort function is just going to allow you to arrange the currency pairs in the way that makes the most sense for you. So I'm going to go ahead and click on sort, and let's say, for example, you know what, the Euro-Canadian is my favorite pair. And I want that pair to be right up at the top every single time I log into the software. What are we going to do? We're going to highlight that. We'll move it up to the top there, and then we'll save the changes.
Okay.
Simple stuff. So sorting, just as the name applies, allows you to sort the currency pairs in the way that makes the most sense for you. All right. Let's keep moving forward here. Baskets. I'm going to click on the baskets here, and you're going to get predefined baskets. The predefined baskets are going to be based on different currencies. Okay, so we'll be able to roll through and say, hey, load up the euro pairs, load up the dollar pairs, load up the yen pairs, so on and so forth. Okay. So again, not a whole lot of new functionality with the sort and the baskets. You know, we do that on purpose because, you know, the very first time you log into CommandTRADE FX, we want you to see things that you're familiar with. Why? Because that familiarity is going to help ease you in the transition from manual trading to automated trading. So if you're looking at the software and saying, hey, you know what, there's a lot of stuff there that I recognize. Again, we've done it on purpose so that the transition is an easy one. Okay. Because, you know, manual trading, hey, it takes a while to get adjusted to that. Moving into an automated avenue, it's going to take some adjustment there. So we put in some of these features, some of these functions, so the very first time you log into the software, you're comfortable, you've seen things that you recognize there.
Okay.
Let's keep moving forward. I'm going to go to the interval manager here. The interval manager speaks to the lights. All right, no matter your trade style, whether you're long-term, intermediate, short-term, super active, active, well, the interval manager is going to have templates designed for your style of trading.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to compare a position trader to, say, for example, the hybrid style. All right. Position traders, what do they look at? They look at long-term, mid-term, short-term, a 720. A 360, a 240, a 180, and then their lowest light is a 60-minute light. Now let's compare that to the hybrid style there. You know what? We're not looking at a long term. We're not looking at a midterm. We're solely looking at the short-term trend, and our lowest minute light is a 1-minute light. So again, no matter your trade style, when you first load up that software, you're going to find a template designed for your trading style.
Awesome.
Now, of course, you can create custom templates, save those custom templates right over here. Create interval from overview settings. Okay. Real simple stuff. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of that, and let's keep moving forward here. And now we really get to the fun stuff. We start to talk about automated trading. All right? So we'll move back into the software, follow my mouse. Do you see this little S that I'm circling? That little S stands for strategy.
Okay.
What is a strategy? A strategy is a game plan for entering the trade, a game plan for exiting the trade. CommandTRADE FX simply automates that process. Okay. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and click on that little S. And when I click on that S, we're going to get this strategy pop-up window. All right. This window is basically asking you, hey, what type of strategy do you want to use? Do you want to use a predefined strategy? That's one of the strategies that's shipped in the box, ready to go. Did you want to use a community strategy? A community strategy is a strategy that CommandTRADE users from literally all over the globe, all walks of life, are building and sharing with each other. Or do you want to use a user-defined strategy? A user-defined strategy is a strategy that maybe you've created entirely on your own, or maybe you've just taken an existing strategy, modified it, tweaked it a little bit to better fit your needs. Okay. All right. I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this because we just threw a heck of a lot of information at you in a real short period of time, and I want to make sure that everyone understands this. This is something that's really important. So follow me again. This little S, that S stands for a strategy. What is a strategy? A strategy is a game plan for entering the trade, a game plan for exiting the trade. CommandTRADE FX simply automates this process. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and click on that little S right there, and the strategy pop-up window is going to appear. Remember, guys, there are 3 types of strategies. The first one, predefined. Those are the ones that are shipped in the box, ready to go. These are the strategies that Blake, Lindsay, and the rest of the crew have been teaching you guys for years now, all right? So they're all there in the software, shipped out with you. Below that predefined, community. Again, the community strategies are the strategies that CommandTRADE users, CommandTRADE FX users, literally from all over the globe, are building and sharing with each other. And then, of course, your user-defined. This is going to be any strategy that you've created on your own, or a strategy that you just modified or tweaked a little bit to better fit your trade style.
All right.
Now, for the sake of our conversation, I'm really just going to stick to the predefined strategies, okay? So I'm going to open up the predefined folder, and when I do so, you're going to see a heck of a lot of strategies here, all right?
Yes.
These strategies are each geared to each currency pair. Okay? So you'll have a super active euro dollar, you'll have an active euro dollar, you'll have a swing trade euro dollar, just like you'll have a super active dollar yen, so on and so forth. Now the pair that I happen to be looking at is the euro Canadian, so I'm going to scroll through here, see if we can't find that, and we're going to select a strategy right about here. Again, a lot of strategies out there. Stop me if you see Euro Canadian. A lot of strategies to scroll through. But you know what? When you break it down, what are we talking about? We're talking about, you know, super active, active, swing, so on and so forth. Just understand that each currency pair is going to have its own strategy, its own exit rules, kind of customized in and around that area. Let's just go ahead and look at the euro US dollar. I'm going to look at swing short, for example, here. And I'm going to make sure that I have the euro US dollar highlighted right over here. Now, you'll notice that when I highlighted that strategy, a complete strategy description appeared. All right? It's important that you read these strategy descriptions to make sure that it's in line with your investment objectives. Okay? If you're a day trader, then obviously you don't want to be putting on position trade strategies. If you're a position trader, then obviously you're not going to be looking at doing some day trading strategies. So again, really important to read the complete strategy description, make sure it's in line with your investment needs. Well, that makes sense to me. I'm going to go ahead and just load up a strategy here real quick. You'll see that a standard risk disclaimer is displayed. It's just basically emphasizing the importance of knowing the strategy, paper trading the strategy, really understanding the strategy before, you know what, you ever start trading live money. You'll notice now the swing short is now attached to the euro dollar. All right? But it's not on. It's at this point in time that we're literally one click away from putting our account on cruise control here. We're one click away from turning that strategy on, turning off our computer, and going to do what we'd rather be doing. You know, a lot of you guys would rather be sleeping, you know, because we're talking about a 24-hour-a-day market. We're talking about wanting to sleep again. So here we go. I'm going to go ahead and turn this strategy on. You'll notice, again, once it's in the on position, I can turn off my computer, go to work, go out, play some golf, or you know what, sleep again.
Awesome.
The CommandTRADE servers are now in charge of watching this currency pair, this strategy, seamlessly moving me into the market, taking me out of the market based on the conditions of that strategy. Now, the thing is, before you turn the strategy on, there's always a lot of what-if questions. You know, what if I had this strategy turned on yesterday? What if I had this strategy turned on a few days ago, a week ago, a month ago? Would there have been any trades? Would those trades have been profitable? Does this strategy historically partner well with this currency pair? Well, check this out. We have a built-in what-if answer. It's that little B right there. Back test. That's right, back test. Back testing is the process of looking at historic market data, live historic market data, comparing it against the conditions of your strategy, and answering all those what-ifs. Hey, had you had the strategy turned on yesterday, this would have happened. Had you had the strategy turned on a week ago, this would have happened. So back testing answers all those what-ifs. Back testing answers, does this strategy historically partner well with this stock? I'm going to go ahead and launch the backtest screen here just by clicking that green little B. I'm going to minimize the overview screen. Guys, it's always important that you keep a clean workspace, a clean, workable workspace. So you'll notice that when I'm done with one screen, I'll minimize it. I'll open up the other screen just so that, you know what, it's real easy to take a look at there. Okay, so let's keep going. Start off in the top right-hand corner of the screen. There's your euro yen. You're going to see these things scroll through. Euro dollar. And then, of course, your next one. These are, of course, are going to update in real time. So up in the top right-hand corner of your screen, you have that built-in market barometer. Lets you know what the major currencies are doing, how they're faring on the day. You'll also notice the swing short euro US dollar strategy has been populated already. Keep following my mouse. The currency pair that we were interested in, that's been populated already as well. This area right here is an intraday price chart, all right? An intraday price chart. The very left-hand side of the screen representing the first minutes of trading, the very right-hand side of the screen representing the last minutes of trading. Okay? We commonly refer to the market in terms of market minutes. That way, you know, the guy in New York and the guy in California can say, hey, this happened at market minute 30, and they'll both know what they're talking about. Instead of saying, hey, this happened at 7 o'clock, oh, well, let me convert that, that was 5 o'clock my time, so on and so forth. Something really important to note here, market open and market close are going to be at 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, all right? That's going to be around MB Trading's open and close process. So we're going to open and close with MB Trading, all right? Let's keep going. Right back in the software. So again, we know that this is an intraday price chart. The very first minute of trading being market minute 1. The very last minutes of trading over here, oh, we're heading out to market minute 1440. Again, the currency market is nearly, or is a 24/7 market. Follow my mouse. We're going to go right over here to the long rules. The long rules are the rules associated with a long side trade, meaning buying the currency pair, hoping that it appreciates in value, and then selling the currency pair. You'll notice there are no long rules. Why? Well, we happen to be looking at a swing short on the euro dollar. Okay, let's go to the short rules. The short rules are the rules associated with shorting this particular currency pair. Okay, again, shorting is selling it, hoping that it falls so I can buy it at a cheaper price and profit off of that move. I'm going to go through these rules for you real quick. First rule right there at the top of the screen, R long. This means the long-term trend has to be red. Okay, so the long-term trend has to be red. Below that, the midterm trend, that has to be red as well. Not only does the midterm trend have to be red, but directly below that, you'll see that the midterm trend, that green line must be pointing down in a mild degree or better. The short-term trend has to give you a red, fresh cross. So a fresh move to the downside on the short-term trend. Not only that, the short-term trend, the green line must be heading down at least a mild degree or better. Our 180-minute has to be solidly trending to the downside as well. That's red line over green line, both heading down at least at a mild degree or better. Our 60-minute has to give us a fresh red cross to the downside. Not only is it a fresh red cross to the downside, but that green line is heading down in a mild degree or better. Our 30-minute has to have a solid trend as well. Red line over green, heading down in a mild degree or better. So we've got lots of trend support here. Our long term is red, our midterm is red, and plus we have angle. Our short term, fresh cross, angle to the downside. Our 180 solid, our 60s fresh. Our 30 is solidly trending down, and this last icon right here is a representation of the spread. The spread is the difference between the bid price and the ask price. What this is meaning is, hey, I want to have a good fair market. I want to have a close bid and a close ask, so I'm not paying up or paying down to get into the trade. All right, so we looked at the long rules. There aren't any. We've looked at the short rules. I always get the question here, hey, can I create a strategy that can go both long and short? Yeah, absolutely you can. Could you create a day trading strategy that's going long and short and long over and over and over again throughout the course of the day? Yeah, of course you can. This is just simply a predefined strategy. Swing short on the euro dollar. It only goes short the market. Let's get back into the software here. Let's take a peek here at the exit rules. The exit rules. Okay, this is going to dictate the exit side of the trade. Now, CommandTRADE uses a patent-pending technology called a targeted trailing stop. The targeted trailing stop combines the benefits of a stop loss, that's your downside protection, plus it offers you a reasonable profit target. That's your goal in trade. Now, once your profit target is reached, you're not just taken out of the trade. Why? Because that's not maximizing profits. Remember the golden rule to investing: minimize losses, maximize gains. So we're minimizing our losses with that stop loss portion. Let me tell you how we're maximizing the gain. We're setting a profit target. Once that profit target is achieved, that's when we're going to kick in a trailing stop. that trailing stop feature is going to continue to move with you, provided that currency pair is traveling in the same direction as your trade. So what that is doing is really helping you minimize the loss, maximizing the gain. Now on this particular exit, again, this is a swing strategy. We're looking at a stop loss of 100 pips.
Okay.
We're looking at a profit target of roughly 90 pips.
Okay.
Again, once that profit target is reached, we're going to try to maximize those profits by kicking in a trail of 25 pips.
All right.
Okay, so we looked at long rules, we looked at short rules, we looked at exit rules. Follow my mouse. We're going to go to the chart section here. The chart section right here is going to show you what the algorithmic charts looked like at any point in time. I can move right over here and say, okay, well, I'm looking to short. If I put my mouse right over here, you'll see the charts update to that area. And then I can use my cursor just to simply move to the side, and I can watch how these charts drew themselves throughout the course of the day. Now, I've talked to a lot of global tech users and a lot of CommandTRADE users, and they tell me, hey, you know what? That has taught me so much about how the algorithm works. Okay? Another thing that we can do here is by really studying and honing in on these charts is develop strategies. So say, for example, you want to start learning, hey, how can I pick bottoms? How can I short tops? Well, what you'll do is you'll go down to these bottom areas and you'll try to find a pattern. Once you find a pattern, you begin to build strategies to exploit that pattern. So again, your backtest screen, incredibly useful. Don't just spend the day backtesting and backtesting and backtesting away. Really hammer down your entries, hammer down your exits, and then from there, use the backtest screen to help build strategies.
All right, thank you for that. We have more CTFX coming up right after our short break, so please stay with us.
WiseFest 2008, United We Trade.
I love it. I really am enjoying it every moment.
The energy is amazing.
When I came to the first one, it was just a blast, and I've had a blast every year.
Everybody's having such a good time, but I feel like I'm in school because I'm taking these classes and I'm actually learning things.
The way the thing runs is you can't help but get smarter, and that helps you make money. So coming here, I knew it would make me money.
I'm going to be around people that do the same thing I do, have the same passion, and get some hints from how other people trade.
I love the speakers. They give me a lot of encouragement.
WiseFest is great. You sit and you learn from the best. You learn from the professional trainers how they do certain strategies. You can ask them questions because they're right there.
You don't want it to end because you just feel like you're getting so much information, you're meeting so many people.
I thought it was fantastic. Can't wait till next year.
Hey traders, mark the date. WiseFest 2008 is scheduled for September the 3rd through the 6th. To register, go to wisefest.com. See you there.
CommandTRADE sold stock while I was at work.
Yeah.
For a $711 profit.
Wow.
Awesome.
CommandTRADE can not only complete one trade in 9 seconds, CommandTRADE could open and close 20 trades in 9 seconds.
I am fantastic. I have to tell you, I'm so excited I could hardly sit still.
This morning, I was up $571 in the first 9 minutes. I was so thrilled.
You come home, you turn on your computer, and there's your computer smiling at you with $300.
This stuff is absolutely fantastic.
We're going to take a look at the stocks on radar, and in case you're wondering what Trade Trap is, CommandTRADE shows you how to trap them, setting an effective strategy.
Watch Command Central, weekdays 4 o'clock Eastern, 3 Central, only on WiseTRADE TV. For 12 hours each trading day, WiseTRADE TV is your ticket to finding great trading opportunities in all of the markets. Now, every Monday through Thursday, the last hour of WiseTRADE TV is devoted to personal investor training. Welcome to WiseTRADE University. We'll cover all types of topics from general market knowledge to the hottest trading strategies. WiseTRADE University brings the classroom and our top market experts right to you. Tune in Monday through Thursday from 6 to 7 Eastern. Class is now in session.
JJ Childers here with another exciting tax-bashing tip. Wouldn't it be great to be able to deduct gifts? Well, sorry, but you can't do that. Your business, however, can make small gifts to clients or other businesses. How small? Rule of thumb is to keep it under $25. Okay, so that may be a great deal less than you usually spend, but just imagine moving $25 for each person who can receive a gift from your business out of your personal budget and into a deductible business expense. There are some rules to follow to make certain that you are within IRS guidelines, such as proper documentation, but once you learn them, you will find that this is one of the easiest and most enjoyable deductions to take. And remember, if you have questions about this deduction or need more advanced assistance with your tax issues or preparation, consult with your tax professional. This is just another way to reduce your tax bill.
License and proof of insurance. You know how fast you were going back there?
No.
Well, you were speeding. You know, in the state of Texas, we don't like speeders.
Yeah, officer, listen, I'm in a really big hurry. Gotta get to work. Is there any way we could, like, maybe work this out?
What do you got there? Hey, are those euros?
Yeah.
Can I see that, please?
Sure.
Wow, you know the exchange rate of the euro today is it's about $1.35 for every euro. So, you know, if you're going to bribe me or something and you were trying to pay me off, this is actually a pretty good deal. But if you would have tried to do this a couple years ago, you know, it would have been a lot less. It would have been like 80 cents for every dollar. And do you have yen or maybe Great British pounds?
Our trainers were born to trade. Watch Blake Morrow and all your favorites only on Wise Trade TV.
Maybe if you had like 20 Canadian dollars, it'd be worth, you know, a little bit more than this, but still, I mean,
You're watching Wise Trade TV.
Welcome you back to Wise Trade University. I'm your host, Teresa Garrett, and we're going to jump right back in with Derek Siek. We're doing a training over CTFX.
Great. Okay, so when we left off, at this point, we've pretty much gone through the overview screen, touched on all the buttons there, gone into the backtest screen. Just really one more thing on the backtest screen that I wanted to show you. Follow my mouse. This right here, your daily chart. Your daily chart. All right, I'm going to go ahead and click on this, and what is it going to do? Well, it's going to show me a daily chart of the trading activity on your euro dollar. So this is a daily price chart. Right now, I'm looking at 100 days, but if I want to look at more, simply grab this little drop down right here, and I'm going to go to a 500-day view. So now I'm looking at 500 days of historic trading activity for your euro dollar here. Also, right at the bottom, you're going to see open, high, low, close, ATR figures, your 5-day, your 10-day, moving averages, 3-day highs, 5-day highs, 60-day highs, so on and so forth. So a lot of information here. Great price chart. Again, really cool, really helpful, that price chart. I'm going to go ahead and get out of that and continue to follow my mouse here. Let's go. We've pretty much now touched on all the features of the functionality of the backtest screen. I guess there's a couple places I left off. Your basic data and your momentum data. Guys, those two buttons, literally 1% of our clients will use there, okay? This is going to be for the engineers out there, the guys that are going to break out their calculators and do a bunch of calculations. So basic data, momentum data, that's for you. The rest of you, chances are you'll never even look at basic data or momentum data.
Okay.
Okay, so that's your backtest screen in a nutshell. Let's keep moving forward. I'm going to go ahead and minimize the backtest screen at this point. Go ahead and remember, hey, keep a real clean workspace. If you're not using the window, make sure you close it out. And now from here, we're going to go to Screens, Trade Manager. All right, Screens, Trade Manager. I'll maximize that screen so you guys can see it a little bit better. Let's go ahead and talk about what it is we're seeing here. First and foremost, this area that I'm circling with my mouse, this is for a manual order entry, okay? You can manually trade within the CommandTRADE FX program, but understand there are certain risks associated with manual trading and automated trading, and that's something that you need to be aware of. All right, back into the software. Manual trading, buy, sell, so on and so forth. One other thing that's really important, I'm going to go ahead and select a currency pair here. and the order types. There are a lot of order types within the Forex market. It's really important that you get a handle on all the order types that are available for you to use, especially before you ever use that. MB Trading on their website, they have a great section where it goes over all the different order types and how to properly use them. So make sure you familiarize yourself with those order types. Back into the software. Right here, open positions. Well, you know what? Open positions, pretty much what that implies, all right? We're going to see open positions here. I'm going to go ahead and make a manual order. Let's go ahead and buy. Well, we haven't entered anything as of yet. We'll get to the account allocation page here shortly. Open positions, you know, if I do have an open position, it's going to reflect right there in that area. Trade detail, this is going to be a historical accounting of all the trading activity that took place today, or at least the entry side of positions that you're still in.
Okay.
Once the market's rolled over, those will eventually move into your trade history. Your trade history being a historical accounting of all of your trading activity from your very first paper trade to where you are today. Account details, moving into the account details section, this is going to outline buying power, profit and loss, unrealized profit and loss, your exposure on the long side, your exposure on the short side, so on and so forth. So again, real quick place to get an update on your account. Moving over to the preferences tab over here, the top area is going to speak to your manual order entry. Okay, this has nothing to do with automated trading here. This is solely for manual order entry.
Okay.
Below that, play order filled wave. When your software does make a trade, it's going to play an audible alert provided the software's open. Remember, you don't need the software on because we're talking about a server-based trading platform. But say, for example, you're in the other room, you're watching some TV, you're doing some things around the house, CommandTRADE will actually make an alert noise for you to indicate, hey, I've entered a trade, I've exited a trade, so on and so forth.
Okay.
Keep following my mouse here. Display order confirmation window. Again, that has to do solely with manual order entry. Display advanced order types. Remember, I talked about those advanced order types. It's important to get a handle on that. And then your lot size. This is where you can customize whether you're trading a mini account or you're trading a larger size account. You know, whether you're hopping in with $100 trades or you're hopping in with $1,000 trades, so on and so forth. So that's where you customize that area. Keep following my mouse. We're going to go to the account allocation section. And this is really cool. First of all, your current buying power, your start of day buying power. But right over here, this is where you're going to customize how CommandTRADE invests your money.
Okay.
Okay. This is the area. It's going to be per currency pair. So follow my mouse. I'm just going to go ahead and show you how you would do that. You'll click inside this area, and we'll say, hey, you know what? Maybe for the pound-yen pair, I like trading 3 lots. It's going to show me my pip value, my P&L per pip, and then the margin required to place that trade.
Okay.
So this area right here has to do with the automated portion of entries and exits. What we're saying is, hey, you know what? How much do you generally like to trade of the euro dollar, the dollar yen, so on and so forth? So again, go in there, customize those. It's really going to be one of the first things that you have to do. Go into your account allocation, set it up. If at any time you have any questions about setting up your account allocation, don't worry. Pick up the phone, shoot us an email. We're always more than happy to help you out.
Okay. One question here.
Sure.
For every currency pair, you have to do that.
Absolutely.
Correct?
For every currency pair that you trade, set up account allocation.
Even if they're all the same across the board?
That's correct.
Okay.
Keep following my mouse. One other thing we need to talk about, exit positions prior to the market close. So say, for example, if you want to make sure that you're out of your positions before MB Trading goes through its closing procedure, this is the area that you're really going to want to pay close attention to. I'm going to go ahead and display this, and basically it's saying, hey, 12 minutes before MB Trading goes through its closing procedure, I want to be flat. Or you know what, you can actually go all the way up to 5 minutes. Hey, 5 minutes before MB goes through its closing procedure, make sure I'm out of everything. Okay. So you make a change, you save your changes, and then you're ready to move on out of the screen.
Awesome.
All right, let's keep going here. Strategy status. Hey, your strategy status screen is going to show you or remind you what strategies you have going on. Okay, so right now on the euro dollar, we have a swing short on the euro dollar. Well, if I forget what's involved with that, simply click on the name of the strategy, There are no long rules. Let's go to the short rules. All of my short rules are being displayed. Go to the exit rules, and my exit rules are displayed as well. Additionally, I can actually add strategies from this window. So let's go to, I don't know, just any random pair. Click the gray area. Your strategy pop-up window will appear. And again, remember, it's asking you, do you want to use a predefined strategy, a community strategy, a user-defined strategy? Simply pick the strategy that you want and then load it. Always, always remember to read the strategy description, okay? Always remember to read that strategy description. All right, I'm going to go ahead and cancel out of this. Guys, at this point, I mean, we've gone through the major screens within CommandTRADE FX.
Right.
3 major screens: overview, backtest, trade manager. Okay? At this point, we've talked about some predefined strategies, but let's talk about user-defined strategies. Maybe you have an idea that's been working great for you. Maybe your trade style's a little bit outside the box, and you want to learn how to automate that, or you want to build a strategy around your ideas. Let me show you how easy that is. Follow my mouse here, all right? We're going to go up to Screens. From Screens, Rule Generator. Okay, the Rule Generator is where we build our strategies. It's where we build our concepts and actually move on to automating them. There are 3 rules that you can make, or 3 types of rules that you can make. Basic rules, which deal with gain, loss, highs and lows, moving averages, miscellaneous. There are light rules, which obviously speak to the lights. Green light, red light, angle like this, red line's doing this, fresh cross here, so on and so forth. And then right over here, majors. The majors, you can actually build rules around what the other currency pairs are doing. So say, for example, I only want to go long the euro-dollar when the euro-dollar is up on the day.
Okay.
That makes sense, right?
Sure.
Only go long when the market's up, or vice versa, only short when the market's down. Well, you can go into your majors and create custom rule sets. So I can say, hey, you know what? If the euro-dollar is making new highs, then short this currency pair. Or if the yen is doing this, go long this currency pair. So you can have, because a lot of these currencies have inverse relationships. As one is making new highs, the other one's making new lows. Right. So you can build rules in and around these. Now, for our conversation, we're just going to talk at a real high level, and we're going to speak to the lights. Follow my mouse. We're going to go to lights, and let's build a real quick strategy just so you can see exactly how this is done. First and foremost, hey, you know what? We want to have good, solid strength on the long-term trend. Drag and drop. Green line over red line. Drag it and drop it. Now, did we want that on a 1-minute time frame? No, we wanted it to be on a long term.
Okay.
Now, did we want that green line and red line to be flat?
No.
Mild?
No.
Steep. That's right. Yes. We want to have that extreme strength on that long-term trend. Let's keep doing this. Green line over red line. Well, now, you know what? We need that midterm trend. Do we want that midterm trend to be flat?
No.
Mild? There's your steep.
Yeah.
We'll also want to have a solidly trending day. We'll make that green line over red line, and again, we'll assign a steep degree here as well. From here, let's say we have some fresh crosses along the way. Here's your green fresh cross. And I'm going to assign it to a 720, for example. So I have a solid long-term trend. I have a solid mid-term trend. My short-term trend is just rolling as well. I mean, we're talking about a freight train here, and now our 720 is giving us a fresh peak. Green line over red line, a brand new fresh cross. Right. Keep going in and say, hey, well, the green line has to be heading up on my 720. Not only is it a fresh cross, but that 720 has got to be showing me a lot of strength. So that green line is heading up in a steep degree. And just continue to drag and drop to customize your ideas. It's real simple. I'm going to clear the grid here. Maybe you're a day trader. And as a day trader, what do you want? Well, you want a fresh cross on your 1 minute. Not only is your 1 minute giving you that fresh look, but say, for example, your 5 minute has a solid trend. Is it flat? No. Mild? No. Steep. Once you've created your idea or created your rule, you simply save it. Assign it a title. This is going to be test 1 for me because I'm just testing an idea. Put in your comments, hey, a fresh one solid 5, and now save that. Building strategies, learning to automate whatever it is you're doing to find success is real simple. Just use that drag and drop technology. Maybe in a later episode we'll go through and we'll talk about, hey, adding market support so that the currency is trading in your direction as well. Now that I have this rule, I'm going to go ahead and close out of the rule generator. Your next step, bring it into the back test screen. This is obviously going to be long rules.
Right.
I'm going to get my rule. It's a light rule. There's test 1.
Awesome.
And now what I want to do is I want to say, hey, would I have gotten any of these upside moves? So I'm going to click my mouse right over here. I'm going to use my cursor, and I'm looking for these things to both line up green. When they both line up green right here, that's when I know I would have had the trade. This red area and green area, those are true false indicators. Okay? Green means, hey, that condition or clause is ringing true. Red means that condition or clause is keeping us out of the trade. So right here, we've got the fresh 1, but our 5-minute isn't up steep. So we'll just keep going through here using our arrow key real quickly, looking for both of those to light up green. When they both light up green, that's when I know I have my trade. If I'm missing the trade and I'm thinking to myself, why am I missing this? Well, read the description data right here. The green line is flat. The red line is flat. Well, I'm requiring both of them to be heading up in a steep degree or better.
Right.
Go to your charts section. Really hammer down what these charts look like on that upside move. Go back to your rule generator and start building a customized strategy to accomplish your goal there. So now at this point, I mean, we've gone through a heck of a lot of stuff. We've gone through the overview screen. We've talked about the symbol row, your sort function, your baskets, your interval manager. Remember, folks, this little S stands for strategy. A strategy is a game plan for entering the trade, a game plan for exiting the trade. CommandTRADE simply automates that process. Clicking on that gray little S will bring up the strategy pop-up window. Remember, there are 3 types of strategies. Predefined, those are the ones shipped in the box, the ones that Blake and Lindsay have been teaching you guys for years and years and years. Community, these are the strategies that command traders from all over the world are building and sharing with each other. And then user-defined, these are strategies that you've created entirely on your own, or strategies that you've modified or tweaked a little bit to better fit your needs.
Okay.
Also remember that anytime you highlight a strategy, you'll get that complete strategy description. Important to read those strategy descriptions to make sure that it's in line with what you're trying to accomplish. Customization. Anytime you want to customize, you customize by a right click. Maybe I want to customize this streaming data area right here where you see my mouse. Right click over there. Use that drag and drop functionality to customize your streaming data. Your charts offer that same customization. Click on a chart, right click inside. You have customization options from the time format to, do you want day separators on? How much data do you want to look at? Do you want to look at 20 intervals? Or do you want to look at that 50 interval view?
Okay.
Streaming data field over here, customizable with a right click. Again, using that drag and drop technology. Overview screen. I think we've pretty much hammered this thing down in a nutshell. Our on-air button, you know, anytime you see that on-air button, hey, that means we're doing training. Okay? Make sure you pop into that training anytime you can. We're going to do a lot of training via WebEx, via WiseTrade TV, and then anytime you have any questions, we're only a phone call away. Pick up the phone, shoot us an email. We're always happy to help you out.
So that means on air somewhere. It doesn't matter to you where. I mean, like if you click on that and y'all are at that time doing WebEx, that's where it takes you? Is that what
this on air is going to launch the Talk Live portion. So if you're at a point in time where, hey, I can only listen to the audio version, or you know what, we'll send out special links that are WebEx based, so you can actually see what our trainers are doing. You can actually watch them navigate through the software, look at currencies, evaluate the currencies, and turn strategies on. So that's your overview screen in a nutshell. I think we're pretty much done here. I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. Your back test screen, once again, top right-hand corner, your major currency pairs cruising on by. The name of the strategy you're interested in automatically will populate. the currency pair itself. Let's just go ahead and take a peek here at another currency pair. There's your list. We'll look at the pound dollar. Again, it's going to take a second to populate all that data. Remember, we're looking at 50 months of historic data, so it can be a lot of data there. This area right here, an intraday price chart, the very left-hand side of the screen being the first minutes of trading, or market minute 1. The very right-hand side of the screen being the last minutes of trading, or market minute 1440.
Okay.
Your daily chart, if you want to see, hey, how's this thing been trading over the last 100 days, so on, 500 days, this is your daily chart. Drop it down to 500 days so you can really hammer out those support levels, hammer out those resistance levels. A lot of information here: open, high, low, close, the ATRs, the moving averages, the highs, the lows. I'm going to go ahead and close out of that chart right there. Let us get us back into our back test screen. Long rules, short rules, exit rules. Make sure you hammer down and really understand what the strategy is doing, what it's trying to accomplish. Your chart section, this is going to be instrumental in strategy design. Instrumental. If you want to find out how to pick up those large moves like this move right here, how would we pick that up? Well, let's go right to this area right here and let's watch how those charts form. That 1 minute's up steep, that 3 minutes up steep, that 5 is giving you a fresh cross. That 10 and that 15 are both giving you fresh crosses. Well, why not build a strategy around that idea? A fresh cross on the 15, a fresh cross on the 10, a fresh 5 with a solid 1 and 3, and maybe that's my day trading strategy there. Back testing, remember, it's the process of using historic minute bar data, comparing it against the conditions of my strategy, seeing if any entries or exits would have taken place. Again, guys, don't just sit there and back test and back test and back test trying to generate big back test dollars. Really go back, hammer down the entries, make sure it was the entry that you would have pulled the trigger on, and then also evaluate the exit. See if, maybe with a little optimization or a little tweaking, maybe we can get more of that move. Basic data, momentum data. Remember, I told you, hey, 99% of you don't even have to worry about this. Basic data and momentum data, that's for the engineers, the rocket scientists out there, the guys that are going to pull out calculators and do a bunch of calculations. But you know what? For the vast majority of us, we're going to concentrate on green lights, red lights, fresh crosses, so on and so forth. So you probably don't have to worry too much there. Another cool thing that I forgot, hey, you know what? What if I want to see what the chart looked like yesterday? Just use this drop-down calendar. We'll take a look at exactly what the pound dollar looked like on 326.
Okay, wow.
Looks like there was a lot of volatility there.
Sure.
Well, let's actually go back in time and look at what the global tech charts looked like on 326. These are exactly what the global tech charts looked like days ago.
I love those little charts.
So you can actually go back in and say, hey, look at that huge, huge decline. How can I build a strategy to accomplish that? Well, my reds, or my 1 minute's gone red, my 3 minutes gone red. And then remember, we talked about just a few minutes ago, fresh cross 15, fresh cross 10, fresh cross 5.
Right.
Maybe there's something to that. Maybe we can go into the rule generator, start building strategies, and automating in and around that idea of 3 fresh crosses in a row. So that was overview, back test, your trade manager portion. Guys, remember, again, this is just talking about, hey, what's going on in your account? Open positions, outline any open positions. Trade detail, it's going to give you an accounting of what trading activity took place today. After the rollover or after the trades have been kind of closed out there for you, well, that's going to go over into trade history. Trade history will provide you with a historical accounting of all of your trading activity. Account details, again, outlines what's going on in your account, your buying power, your exposure, your P&L, your unrealized P&L. Preferences tab, again, this pretty much just spoke to manual order entry. This does not have to do with automated trading. The only thing that really has to do with automated trading here is this play order filled wave and then your lot size.
Okay.
Account allocation, this is probably going to be your first stop.
Right.
Set up your account allocation. That way CommandTRADE knows how to invest your money. Remember, account allocation is going to be based on each currency. So I'll set up account allocation for my euro dollar. I'll set up account allocation for my euro pound, so on and so forth. Each one is going to be a little bit different because, frankly, I might be more comfortable trading larger lots of the euro dollar than I am with one of the exotic currency pairs out there. So make sure you set up your account allocation. If you ever have any questions about this stuff, we're a phone call away, we're an email away. We'll walk you through setting up that account allocation. Strategy status. Hey, strategy status just tells you what strategies you have on. In case you forget, oh, hey, euro dollar, I have a swing short. What are the conditions or clauses associated with that? Simply click on the strategy name. It will outline all the rules associated. It'll outline your exit associated with that strategy. Remember, a strategy is a game plan for entering the trade, a game plan for exiting the trade. CommandTRADE FX simply automates that process. 3 major screens. Oh, you got something?
I was just going to ask you about the repeat trade right there.
We'll talk about that in one of our later lessons.
Okay. You know what? We are almost out of time.
Okay.
I was like, okay, there's something I don't know about.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a later lesson. I mean, we're going to do a ton of training on this. We're going to get in there and really hammer down some of the finer points of things.
Well, this is very exciting. I know that this is going to be a lot of people's new best friend or their trading partner.
You get to sleep again. You get to sleep again, no doubt about it.
And that's important. Well, Derek, thank you very much for all this special training. We appreciate it. If anyone has any questions, just like Derek mentioned, you can always call us at 1-866-WTV, W-I-Z-E, or shoot us an email, trader@wisetradetv.com. Hope you enjoyed this. If you would like to review it again, you can watch it anytime on your on-demand portion. I'm sorry, it's under the training tab on your WTV player, and just view it anytime. We appreciate you tuning in, and have a great day, everyone.